Hello and welcome to another tutorial of HTML5 series. In the previous tutorial, we spoke about what HTML attributes are, and then we went over a couple of examples of how to add attributes to HTML elements. In this tutorial, let's talk about two of the most common yet powerful HTML tags, the image tag and the link tag. Images are an easy way to improve the user experience of your website. They can be of great value when it comes to presenting important information. Let's take a look at how to add an image to our website. Images can be added using image tags. An image tag looks like this. It has a shorthand form called IMG, which represents an image, and it takes in a mandatory attribute called as source, which is represented by SRC. And then it also accepts another optional attribute called ALT, uh, which is a short form for alternate text. And then we close the image tag. The difference between the tags that we have used so far and the image tag is an image tag is a self-closing tag, which means we don't need an ending tag explicitly since image tag doesn't have any content to it. Like, for example, what I meant by content is in the h6 tag, this is h6 element is the content for the h6 element. So we don't have any content for an image element. All we need to pass in is a source and then alternate text. So let's talk about the source attribute. Source attribute for an image tag is basically a path to the image. It specifies a path to the image. So all we have to do is we need to specify a path of an image that can be found uh, anywhere in our folder or repository. So I've added an HTML5 image to my HTML series folder. So let me give a path to that HTML5 image as part of my source. So the way we give that is we start with a dot. Dot represents the current folder that we are in, and then a forward slash, and which means look in the current folder, and slash will allow it to look for a file within the current folder, and I pass in the html5.png to it. As part of the alt text, I'm going to give it some sort of a description to this image, which could be HTML5 icon or an image, HTML5 image, and then I hit save. So one important thing to note about the alt attribute here is uh, this comes in handy when the browser cannot load the image for some reason. If the image is not loaded for some reason, the image tag will at least render the text in place of that image, so that it can be picked up by the screen readers to describe what kind of information is on this page. Screen readers we can go into screen readers a bit later, but screen reader is a program which is helpful for visually impaired users. It starts reading all the contents of the web page from top down, which will let the visually impaired users to know what is there on the web page. So generally, alt attributes describe the information about an image. So let's save this and then go back to our web page and hit refresh. As you can see, our HTML5 .png image is now rendered on the web page. This is how we give we add an image to our web page. Additionally, we can also pass in some more attributes like width and height. So width and height are valid attributes that we can pass to an image. So I'll pass 300 and 300. So 300 here represents a pixel. So let's go back and refresh the web page. So as you can see, it has reduced our HTML5.png image to 300 by 300 pixels. Um, so this is how we add images to a web page. Now let's talk about another HTML tag which is used to add links to your web page. Using a link tag, um, we can add hyperlinks to our web page, and that will allow the user to navigate from our current website to a different website or a web page. So a link tag is represented by a, and then it can also be a closing tag, or it can actually have some sort of content. So I'll just add some content here called click me, and then a link tag takes an attribute called as href, which is which accepts a URL. So in this case, let me give a URL for some website on the internet, maybe google.com, and hit save. So let's go back and refresh our website. So here I see a click me link which is pointed to www.google.com. So let me click on the website, on the link. So it took me to the google.com website. So that means it has successfully redirected us from our website to google.com. So let me go back to my website and let's talk about another attribute that we can pass to our link tag, which is called as target. So target allows us to pass in another value called as underscore blank. So let's take a look at what happens when I add underscore blank. Let me refresh and then click on this link. As you can see, our existing web page is uh, did not change. Like it has opened the new link in a separate browser tab. So this is how we can always go back to our we can always retain our existing tab and then open links in a new tab. So this is what uh, uh, a target attribute really is. So let's talk about few more HTML tags in the next video.